With the release of Gear 5, the One Piece community has become annoying at a rate of y equals e to the power of x. Shit, man, why am I talking about math? Regardless, the One Piece community has exploded, and almost everywhere you go, you are met with Gear 5 worshippers who spend every waking hour of their lives arguing with 12-year-olds on Twitter to achieve a feeling of superiority that they so desperately crave in their lives. In other words, One Piece fans are to anime what Taylor Swift fans are to music. Man, this video is just me speedrunning receiving a death threat. Anyways, in order to help you safely travel across the internet, I have compiled a list of the best things to do when interacting with the One Piece fans. So without further ado, here's all you need to know about One Piece fans. Gear 5 Edition. Now, this is at the forefront of the One Piece Twitter argument. This is the very first thing you see every time you open Twitter, and the word that runs through every single One Piece fan's mind is none other than the simple word, iconic. Gear 5 is iconic, an icon. You look into a history book and the picture under the word iconic is just a picture of Gear 5. To any One Piece fan, Gear 5 is the pinnacle of human creation. Screw the car, screw the battery, hell, screw the wheel. Gear 5 is the most iconic creation to have ever existed. Thousands of years of evolution has culminated into the creation of Gear 5, a masterpiece of literature bound to be studied in schools for years to come. To One Piece fans, Gear 5 is the most iconic thing ever. But to truly understand this behavior, we must look back into the past, before August 6th, when the expectations for the first episode of Gear 5 were high. The months leading up to August 6th were an interesting time. Every One Piece fan and their mother were waiting for the day it hit, and everyone's hopes were high as a superstar-studded team of animators began working on the project. Actually, Super Saiyan is more iconic though. And so began the great Twitter war. Yeah, that was literally it. One Piece and Dragon Ball have always been compared with one another, so you know when One Piece was having a big moment, Dragon Ball fans had to step in. And even though Dragon Ball fans may have started it, One Piece fans took that mole and made a mountain out of it. I think I butchered that. The One Piece community spent weeks arguing about which transformation was more iconic, spending hours they could have used to advance in their life to argue with 45-year-old men on Twitter because everyone knows that's the average age of a Dragon Ball fan. However, you know that the One Piece community is never being attacked alone. Hundreds of other anime communities stepped in to start the coalition war arc of the anime Twitter. Six Paths Naruto is more iconic, Soul Reaper Ichigo's more iconic. Hell, even Seven Deadly Sins transformation into Seven Deadly Frames was more iconic than Looney Tunes, man. The One Piece community was taking shots from everywhere. But did we give up? No! We fought back. 10 times louder than any other community. The One Piece community fought back, stating that One Piece would break the internet, crash all the servers. Hell, they believed it would straight up be more iconic than Super Saiyan upon the day of release. You could not escape from the comparisons. Anytime you opened Twitter, it was the first thing you would see, and man, that was a depressing ass time. Regardless, whenever you have to communicate with a One Piece fan, make sure to emphasize that Gear 5 is iconic, much more than anything Scream Fighting Alphabet Letter has to offer. In fact, it isn't just the most iconic anime transformation, it's the most iconic transformation ever. Continuing on with the World War anime transformations, One Piece fans love to say that Gear 5 broke the internet. Well, you may be asking, my dear viewer, what does breaking the internet mean? And to that I say, no one has a goddamn clue. Is it crashing Crunchyroll's servers? Maybe, but that happens a lot of times anyways. Crunchyroll, please fix your servers. Maybe trending #1 on Twitter? Probably, but that isn't really breaking it, you know? Regardless, a key argument point that One Piece fans bring up is that Gear 5 broke the internet. Upon release, it shattered all streaming sites and far surpassed the hype for Mr. Blue Man. The One Piece community loves stating that Gear 5 broke the internet. They believe it is a measure of success for the anime. And not the fact that it's like sold the most copies of any other manga. No, but the fact that it crashed a pirated anime site, that's real success. Now listen, I have to call the One Piece community here because man did they go to crazy lengths to say it broke the internet. I mean, look at this guy. Bro got absolutely ratioed by a community note. So when does that even happen for anime Twitter accounts? With that regard, if you ever have to talk to a One Piece fan, it's better to pull up Crunchyroll, put your phone on airplane mode, and say it broke the internet because God knows what will happen if you don't, and realistically, they're probably doing that already. This is by far one of the most bizarre arguments One Piece fans hold in high regard, and that is Gear 5 Luffy solos every animeverse because of, and I quote, Toon Force. Now, if you're like me and you have no clue what that means, here's what I pieced together from my countless hours on Twitter, correct me if I'm wrong. Toon Force refers to the ability of Gear 5 Luffy to change his surroundings to rubber, and also the ability of Luffy to do whatever he wants. The argument posed by One Piece fans is that if Luffy can Bugs Bunny all over Kaido, he can do it to every single person in all of anime. Goku? Easy. Grown-up Caillou? Easy. Sailor Moon? Easy. Now, power scaling is a dogshit rabbit hole that one can continuously fall deeper and deeper into, but power scaling always gives birth to a toxic community that will often argue their point using detailed and complex literary analysis, the type philosophers strive to achieve for just a singular panel. I mean, some of these people are genuinely smart and they use it to analyze what type of food Luffy was eating in panel 1060 of chapter 2500 and how it makes him 10 times stronger than any Naruto character. Like, the amount of time some of these people spend on theory crafting, they could start a family, get a job, and set up a 401k in that time. However, if you are to come in contact with a One Piece fan, you should always just agree with their power scaling takes. Gear 5 can obviously do whatever it wants, so it automatically makes them the strongest transformation ever. Nothing even comes close to the amount of power in the White Rubbery Man, and disagreeing with them will lead to a dangerous situation for you that will for sure end up in you receiving very heinous threats, or even worse, coming into close proximity with the One Piece fans, meaning you can smell their lack of deodorant. Luffy's final attack on Kaido is by far the biggest fisting I've ever seen, and trust me, I've seen a lot of those. Man, that was a way to start off the segment. The final attack on Kaido was bigger than Onigashima itself, and continuing on with the very smart people doing One Piece calculations, apparently it's as big as like half of Tokyo or something, so it's very, very big. And as we all know, size is all that matters. Clearly, Luffy's punch can destroy the entire Narutoverse because nothing in the Narutoverse is as big as this. Now listen, Naruto and One Piece fans have been beefing for a long time, which personally makes me sad because both are great shows. But power scaling brings out a side of both communities that makes me and the people who get death threats for saying Naruto could put up a fight against Luffy very, very sad. However, it's just important to note that anytime you talk to a One Piece fan, make sure to say that Luffy's big punch can absolutely destroy anything Naruto has to offer. One Piece and good animation aren't always too closely associated with one another. I mean, to be fair, it has been ongoing for a very, very, very long time, and quite often people shit on One Piece's animation, but Gear 5 came and One Piece fans gained confidence they only dreamed of having before. And for the first time in this video, I have to make a confession. I am a One Piece fan.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Gear 5 has some of the most cleanest, smoothest, jaw-dropping animation I've ever seen. The action sequences are so crisp that even my One Piece hating friends have admitted that it's clean as hell. The animators have poured their heart and soul into these episodes, and every single one of them I can see being a contender for action sequence of the year, especially 1074. With all this being said, there's a very loud minority of One Piece fans who think this is the best animation ever. Especially those who think this far surpasses Demon Slayer and other animes with animation feats that makes you want to cry. While I do think that Gear 5 has top tier animation, I do not think it far surpasses every other anime. Notice how I said far surpasses instead of just surpasses? It's because One Piece on top, baby! Gear 5's the best! But overall, Gear 5 is a damn good transformation. From a narrative point of view, it's perfect for Luffy and it's arguably the best written transformation ever. However, with every good transformation comes, well, whatever is happening to the fan base right now. But as I said last time, the most important rule when talking with a One Piece fan is to run away. Most often than not, they'll be too busy rewatching 5,000 episodes for the 50th time to actually have done any cardio in the past 5 years, meaning that you could probably get away fast enough. And as long as the smell doesn't knock you out first, you can probably get away mentally stable. Overall though, that's it for me. Thank you. Putting this at the end of the video, bro, this is all a joke, please.